I can't stand weaves. And it's not because it's a weave, but it's because the many of women that don't take care of it, and it looks horrible. And you're gonna spend all that time and all that money to wear this weave that you're not gonna take care of when you could have taken that same time and energy and kind of learned your own hair.
So I guess more so if it was properly done, you wouldn't mind it.
If it was properly done, because usually it's properly done, but then it's not maintained. So
Okay, the
my thing is, what's the point? Because that looks ratchet. Yeah. You wanted to say something?
Well, I kind of disagree on the factor of it being properly done. I think everyone's looking for a deal, loves to negotiate, and you basically pay for what you get. So at the end of the day, I think there's a lot of self-proclaimed hairstylists out there that do horrible weaves. And the problem is, it's on the top of your head, so you don't know till a friend tries to style it for you, or till you go to another salon where that hairdresser's like, who did your hair? Yeah. So it's kind of like a catch-22, but it's the maintenance of that hair that.
But I find it funny because some people put weaves in their hair because they don't want to maintain their real hair, but then they don't maintain the weave, so then you're back to square one. It's like, what's the point of paying all that money to get the weave and you're not gonna.
Okay, that was my, yes, thank you. Very well said.
Take notes of how my hair was braided. What pattern did she use? Because if you use the same pattern, be it circular, up and down, whatever, if you're gonna do that every time you weave, what do you think is gonna happen to your hair? Your hair is going to pull in that direction. You have to switch the way your hair is sewn. And on top of that, you have to know, you know what? Your front, your edges, those are the most sensitive parts.
See,
So
but people don't know
leave
that.
them
So
out.
exactly. Like that's why I say no matter what state your hair is in, whatever you choose to do to your hair, you have to learn how to
manage it.
You have to learn how to wear a weave properly. And maintain it. You have to learn, and chemicals too, perms, you have to learn to apply it properly.
Exactly.
And maintain it.
You know how many people use that whole, you remember the old school one when you put the perm in your hair and only when it starts to burn and you can't, that's when you wash it out? No, that's too late. Your hair's already burned.
Right, that's the scabs you're talking about, right?
Exactly.
You don't wait for the scabs and say, okay, there we go, we're good.
Exactly.
No,
But
it's true.
so what do you guys think about if you were to look deeper into it and, you know, into the weaves itself and looking at what's going on behind the scenes with these weaves, you know, like where is it coming from, and looking at, you know, the people who are paying the price to give you your hair, like that's another aspect I think people don't ever look at. And I mean, a lot of people think, okay, I don't want to be bothered with that, that's not me, but I mean it's on your head, so I think you're involved, you know. So I think sometimes people should sometimes look into that and just seeing paying attention basically in everything, whether it's their health or whatever, because at this point everything is just a facade, everything's an illusion that we thought was reality. So everyone needs to look deeper into where they're getting their stuff, you know.
You're talking about like the people that think they're like not sacrificing their hair for like whoever they're praising,
Yes.
like whoever they're
Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking
and then
about.
their hair, like they get their hair shaven, they think that they're sacrificing it for their higher
and it's
power,
coming to
and
us.
then it's coming to us, and then we're wearing
And
it.
so
Are we back to Chris Rock, back in India?
Yeah, but there was some more documentaries. I think I'll
There
try and
was
find that for
other
you.
one,
But is that
it's
the one where she had head lice and then they washed the hair out and then they sold that hair for how many hundreds of dollars and somebody bought it and put it on their head?
Wow.
Okay.
I'm sure it happens though. I mean, how do we know?
It
We
was
don't know where
in
the
the
hair came
video.
from.
It was,
Yeah, but I
Chris
don't
Rock's
know how,
video.
like, I'm sure that happens so
Yeah, I'm
often.
pretty
We don't
sure
even
there's
know
a-
that.
You would rather put lice-ridden hair in your hair and pay how many hundreds of dollars than to take those same hundreds of dollars and find some products that are in your hair.
But we gotta have the encouragement, because a lot of us do not have the encouragement to keep doing it.
Okay, devil's advocate on the flip side. How much processing do you think went through that hair before it got to my counter or got put
No,
in
we're
my
not
head?
talking about that. We're
sure.
just talking about the
For
moral
sure,
side
by
of it.
the time it got to your counter and is in your head, it's fine. But just remember, at one point there was lice in that hair. Like,
But
I'm
I
just
would-
But
like,
that applies to everything. That applies to food, that applies to clothes, that
we
applies
know
to
the beef recalls. We know, but saying generally overall for our health, like the meat, the foods, the
Okay,
everything.
but you wanna know something? Perfect example. The amount of years both of us have in the fashion industry.
Mhm.
How many boxes come from overseas, India, China, and we have to open them in our warehouse, and not even 2 seconds after cracking open that box, all you hear is pure screaming and people running. Why? What's in those clothes? They are shipped. They sit on boats for over 60 days,
Okay, but
even
what's
in their
the
own
boxes,
factory.
though?
Insects you've never seen before in your life.
Around, and these people, even if they're natural underneath, it's still not healthy. It's damaged underneath. It's natural, but it's damaged. You know, no one's still taught them, and I think for me, it just keeps going back. It always leads back to us not loving our hair. Like even before when you were describing it, you said, you know, sometimes it might not be them wanting to hide their hair from the world. It might just be, you know, it's not the hair that they want. The fact that that's not the hair that they want is back to the root problem. Why is that not the hair that you want? It's the hair that grew out of your head. So for me, I feel like the weave is a mask more than it's anything else. And I understand, I definitely agree with the conditioning thing, because the same reason I have braids in my hair, and we live in Canada, so we have to do what we have to do out here to, you know, be able to maintain our hair and keep it healthy. But for the most part, I feel like everyone is just, not everyone, but most people are afraid of their hair. They're afraid for the world to see their hair, and I don't think it's just for you to be afraid of the world to see your hair. That's an inner problem. Why are you afraid of the world seeing your hair? What's wrong?
So there's places where we can go and get the information that we need. If we do want to go natural and learn about our own hair, we can go and get that information, which wasn't readily available before. You know, and even when I watch, because I'm going natural, when I watch the YouTube videos, it's trial and error. You know, I watch videos where girls have started their transition and, you know, it didn't go properly because they didn't know about certain steps, and they started over. And they've started over. It's going to take a while to learn our hair, to understand our hair, to understand the products for our hair, and also to know that not one of us has the same type of hair. And you don't have the same type of hair on your head as a person either. But it takes that time and it takes that energy. And are people willing to put that time and energy into learning themselves? Which I feel personally they should. Because when I go out, I think it's very sad if I'm in one place with a whole group of black women and every single one of them has either chemically processed hair, braids, or a weave. Not one of them is wearing their own natural hair. But yes, to answer your question, I feel that there is hopefully not a trend, but there's a wave of natural women coming about. So
I think people are starting to realize how much they like their hair. It's like slowly it's happening, but I think it's starting to happen. It looks like it's growing because everywhere I look, I see people and their mothers literally going natural. But I
it's
think
a relearn. We're like relearning.
And for some people, it's not even relearning. It's just learning for the first time because I never even had the chance to go natural. Since I can remember hair, it's always been relaxed on my head. I think my hair was relaxed since I was like 5 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, so I never knew anything but relaxed hair. So the idea, as soon as I went natural, I was like, this is disgusting. I was like, I can't deal with this. My hair is so bad. I have nasty, nappy hair. When my hair is really not nasty and nappy, it's my hair. I love my hair, you know, but it takes a lot of trying over. I went natural 5 times. Okay, this is my 5th time. And it's because you keep going back to the relaxer because you're used to that look and you feel like you can't be yourself in your own hair because you were never taught to be yourself in your own hair, you know?
I know it. I understand it. I know what products work. I know how much heat. I know when to wash, when not. Like, I know that hair.
Because you learned it though.
Because I've learned it. So now I'm going to learn my hair. But for me, it is a relearn because I didn't perm my hair until I was maybe about 12 or 13.
Yeah.
So I vaguely remember. I know you don't remember at all. I vaguely remember, but I'm scared.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I'm excited.
Yeah.
You know, to know what my hair is going to look like.
Yeah.
But try to keep at it. It's so much easier to try to fall back and just put that relaxer in.
I actually enjoy learning about, you know, the different, just natural oils that do not cost me a lot of money. And I'm like, this stuff is in the grocery store and you can put this in your hair, you know? So I'm actually enjoying the process. It's just, there's always that bad day, you know, where you just happen to be walking by the store and your hair's not looking right and you know it's there. And you just, exactly, so. But I'm enjoying the process, so I think this time I'll definitely be sticking to it, so.
So I guess that's it. I think everybody just needs to learn how to do their hair. Well, maintain it, whether it's permed or natural.
For sure.
And like it.
Exactly, and like
And
it.
if it's in a weave,
Yeah.
take care of